Okay, only because I promised you I'm going to show you how I made this taco bean dip. I didn't realize it's so many points. But that's what you do when you're on Weight Watchers, you'll learn. And I did learn, but I'm still going to share it with you. So I used 2 cans of the bean dip, which is 14 points. 1 can of olives, sliced. You can use a smaller can. This is a pretty good sized can, but I love olives. For 7 points, it's a 3.8 ounce can. 45 points for the 16 ounces of sour cream. And this is where you could save points for the guacamole. This container is 30 points. I do not know how to make homemade guacamole. I think if I made it myself from an avocado, you could lose those 30 points. But if somebody has a recipe, can you steer me towards one? I'm going to use the Mexican style blend cheese, but I'm going to put it in 2 cups, so I'm not going to use that whole package. I'm going to use the 1 package of the taco seasoning mix and the tomato, the 2 tomatoes and the green onion that I'm going to chop up. So the total comes to 129 points. I'm going to use an 8 by 12 dish, and I think, because I measured it out with liquid, that I can get 20 quarter cup servings, which would be 7 points, which is still quite high for just a quarter cup, because that's not very much. But like I said, I promised you, and if you can figure out a way to tweak the recipe, I mean, I probably could have used low-fat sour cream. That would have saved some. My homemade guacamole. You could use low-fat cheese. So you could really bring this recipe really down, but I wasn't thinking that way when I bought my supplies. But I'll let you know. I'll show you when I'm making it. Okay, you can compare the two. I redid the points, seeing if I used fat-free sour cream. Instead of 30 points, it's 15 points. Instead of 45 points, it's 15 points. And the guacamole still came out to 30 points. But like I said, if you know how to make your own, you'll probably bring the points way down. And pretty much stayed, you know, I used a smaller can of olives, although I love olives, but I used a smaller can to figure in the points. But I don't know, it just still seems like a hefty snack, but you guys make the decision. So, okay, now I'll show you how I make it. As you can see, I got the balloons for the party already. I washed my hands. First step, washing your hands. I've already put the 2 cans of the bean dip, and I just thought of something. You could probably buy, I just get the Frito brand, but I'm sure that you can get a fat-free bean dip, which would be less points even with that. So what I did was I spread it. I'm going to show you. Spread it on the bottom of the dish, and now I'm going to add the guacamole, and you just spread that over the top. And like I said, it'd be better with just chunks of avocado, but I don't know how to cut an avocado. I don't know how to make my own guacamole. So you could either do either one, but this is the way I do it. I've always done it this way because it was just a little bit easier. But like I said, if anybody has a recipe, please share it, because I will use it. Definitely will use it. So I'll show you what that looks like. So then that's what it looks like. That's the second layer. And then what I did was I took my taco seasoning mix, and I already mixed it up into my sour cream container. And now I'm going to pour that on the top of that. And spread that out too. My family loves this, and like I said, I never realized how fattening it was. My sister Sue used to make this all the time. It was her specialty dish. Whenever we had a party, she was required to bring it because she made a really good one. She wasn't a very good cook, but she did know how to make a good bean dip here, or taco dip. So we've always put her in charge of that. One time she made an apple pie. She was so proud of it. And we took a bite of it, and it was awful. It was just awful. We couldn't even eat it. It was so bad. And we kind of felt bad because, like in my family, even if you don't like something, you'll eat it. And then afterwards, you'll tell them how horrendous it was. But we couldn't even eat it. And then she brought the recipe thing out to show us what she did. And what she had done was she used, instead of a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, she used a 1/4 cup of salt. Needless to say, it was a bad apple pie. So we always teased her after that. So anyway, that's the next layer. So that's the 3rd layer. And then I've already measured out my cheese. So I'm going to put my cheese on. Put the cheese on the top. And actually, if you wanted to cut the recipe down rather, not out, you could. I can see that 1 cup of cheese might have been enough. But did you see? I'm part rat. So I use the whole 2 cups. That's just what I do. And like I said, if you use low-fat cheese or reduced fat cheese, it would be a lot cheaper. Or not cheaper, well, it'd be cheaper in points. So then that's what it looks like from there. And then I've already chopped up my tomatoes. So then you just sprinkle the tomatoes on top. And make it look pretty. And I used 2 tomatoes, which I cut up 2 tomatoes. I have a little bit more than 2 tomatoes in here because I was slicing some up for the tacos for tonight too. But I can see that I'm going to have to slice up a couple more. And so then that's what it looks like with that. Then I'm going to add some green onions that I've chopped up. Put that on the top. It just makes it look a little more festive, I think. And it's 0 points, so that's the best part about it. And then I do like olives, so I might not use the whole can though. We'll see how many this is. I might have been able to get away with less. But I'm thinking not. Because like I said, I love olives. And they're really kind of salty, so. But might as well finish them. There it goes. And then you put it in the refrigerator just for a couple hours so that, as we say in my family, it can congeal. So let me wipe my hands and then I'll show you the finished product. And there it goes. It's, you know what, I think I could probably get more than what I said on there, but I'll let you know on my daily vlog how many servings I got in it. And I'll put it in the comments below, or the information below. And I'll put the recipe down there too. So I hope you like it.